What if I told you that one simple exercise could increase your leg strength by up to 31% in just 8 weeks? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly what one science-backed study claims. And the best part? This method takes only about 15 minutes a day, and it works even if you're over 50. Now here's where it gets interesting. This isn't some extreme workout from a fancy gym. It's actually an old-school move, with a very unexpected twist. Let's break it down. Researchers took a group of untrained young men and asked them to do just one exercise 3 times a week. That's it. No gym memberships, no machines, no complicated routines. And the results? A whopping 31% increase in leg strength and about a 10% increase in muscle size, all within 8 weeks. But what exactly was this magic move, the parallel squat? That's right, your classic bodyweight squat, except done super slow. We're talking 4 seconds on the way down, 4 seconds on the way up. Imagine doing a squat that feels like it's in slow motion, and doing it with intention. No rushing, no bouncing, just total control. That's what made the difference. But hold on, you're probably wondering, Ryan, that study was on young guys. I'm over 50. Will this even work for me? Here's the truth. Yes, the study focused on younger participants, but even if you get half the results, say a 15% increase in strength, that's still a game changer, especially when it comes to balance, mobility, and independence later in life. And if you're someone who struggles with getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or keeping your knees stable, this could make a big difference. Let's get into the exact protocol used in the study so you can try this at home, safely and effectively. Step 1. Find your weight. Let's be real for a second. When someone says 40% of your 1 rep max, most of us immediately think, what the heck does that mean? If you haven't stepped foot in a gym in years, or ever, it can sound intimidating. But don't worry, we're going to make this part simple, practical, and doable right at home. Your 1 rep max just means the amount of weight you can lift one time only, with full effort, before you physically can't do it again. But obviously, we're not going to test that directly. That wouldn't be safe or necessary, especially if you're over 50 and just getting started. Instead, here's the better approach. We estimate it. According to research, 40% of your 1 rep max should be a weight you can lift around 30 to 40 times in a row before your muscles really fatigue. So that's your sweet spot. Not too light, not too heavy. Now here's how to find that weight in the real world without a gym. Grab a backpack, duffel bag, or even a sturdy grocery tote. Fill it with books, canned food, water bottles, or anything else that adds some heft. Hug it to your chest. This will be your resistance during the squats. Your goal is to pick a weight that feels challenging, but still allows you to do 8 slow reps without collapsing halfway through. At the same time, by the end of those 8 reps, your legs should definitely know they've done some work. Here's the test. If you finish 8 reps and think, that was nothing, your weight is too light. If you can't finish 8 without wobbling, or you're straining your knees or back, it's too heavy. Aim for a resistance where reps 7 and 8 start to feel tough. That's the Goldilocks zone. It's okay to start light in your first session. The beauty of this method is that you can adjust over time. As you get stronger, and trust me, you will, just add more weight to the bag. Progressive resistance is the key. You're not just exercising, you're training your body to adapt. And adaptation is what builds strength, especially in your legs, where it counts the most. Step 2, get a chair. Now that you've got your weight sorted, it's time to set up your environment. And all you need is something you already have in your home, a chair. But no, you're not going to sit in it. The chair serves a different purpose here. It acts as a depth guide. Think of it like your training partner, gently telling you when to stop going down during your squat. It ensures you're going just far enough, not too deep and not too shallow, to get the full benefit of the exercise without putting unnecessary strain on your knees or lower back. Now, why is this important? A lot of people either squat too shallow, which doesn't engage the leg muscles fully, or too deep, which if done incorrectly can irritate joints, especially in older adults. The chair gives you the perfect middle ground. So here's how to set it up. Choose a sturdy, non-cushioned chair, something that won't slide around or collapse under pressure. Dining chairs work great. Stand in front of the chair so that when you squat, your hips naturally move back towards it. Hold your weight, like your backpack or dumbbell, against your chest, and make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. Slowly begin to squat down, but here's the key. As soon as your glutes, your butt, lightly touch the chair, that's your stopping point. Do not sit down or rest. The moment you feel contact, start driving back up to the top, just as slowly as you went down. Why not sit? Because sitting breaks the tension in your muscles. And for this specific technique to work, we want to keep those leg muscles engaged throughout the entire movement. No pauses, no resting at the bottom. It's all about slow, continuous motion. Over time, this movement, paired with your chair as a reference point, will help you perfect your squat form, build strength in the safest range of motion, and reduce your risk of injury. Simple tool, big impact. And honestly, the chair trick is so effective, you may never want to squat without one again. Step 3, do it super slow. All right, now we get to the secret sauce, the part that makes this entire exercise protocol so effective. It's not just about squatting, it's about how you squat. The game changer in the study we mentioned earlier wasn't the exercise itself. It was the tempo, the super slow, controlled movement that forces your muscles to work harder, longer, and smarter. So, here's the deal. Every single squat should take 8 full seconds to complete. 4 seconds down and 4 seconds back up. No speeding, no bouncing, no shortcuts. Let's break it down. When you slowly lower yourself into the squat over 4 seconds, your muscles are being challenged under something called eccentric load. This is when your muscles are lengthening under tension, and it's incredibly effective for building strength, especially in older adults. Then, when you rise back up, also over 4 seconds, you're engaging the concentric phase of the movement, where your muscles shorten as they contract. Doing both slowly maximizes the time your muscles spend under tension, and this is exactly what triggers growth and improvement. Here's what it looks like in practice. Start by standing tall with your feet about shoulder width apart. Hold your weight at your chest. Begin your descent. Count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as your glutes lightly touch the chair without resting, start moving back up. On the way up, count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat that for 8 slow repetitions. And don't rush any part of the movement. Not even the last one when you're tired. This is a discipline exercise. You're training both your muscles and your mind. It might not look flashy. You're not jumping. You're not sweating buckets. And you're not collapsing onto the floor when it's over. But make no mistake, this is real strength training, and it's highly effective for maintaining muscle mass, improving joint control, and boosting balance, all critical as we age. So remember, slow is strong. Take your time, stay focused, and trust the process. Step 4, reps and sets. Now that you've got the weight, the chair, and the super slow tempo dialed in, it's time to talk about how often you should do this and how many times per session. This is where the magic really happens. In the study we've been talking about, participants followed a simple and consistent routine: 8 repetitions per set, 3 total sets per session, 3 sessions per week. Over a period of 8 weeks, let's break that down in plain language. First, you're doing 8 squats in a row, each one taking 8 seconds total, 4 down, 4 up. That's about 1 minute of effort per set. Once you've finished your first set of 8 reps, put down your weight and rest for about 2 minutes. During this time, your muscles are recovering and preparing for the next round. Don't skip this rest. It's a vital part of the process that allows your body to rebuild stronger. After your rest, repeat the same thing for a second set, then rest again, and finish off with a third and final set. It may not sound like much, but once you've done all 3 sets slowly, with good form and the right weight, you'll feel it. Not in a painful way, but in a, wow, my legs are actually working again kind of way. Now for the schedule. Aim to do this full routine. 3 sets of 8 slow squats, 3 times per week, with at least 1 day of rest between sessions. For example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Whatever fits your routine best. Just make sure you're consistent. Consistency is the real hero here. These short, focused sessions add up fast, and your strength will build steadily, week by week. By week 4, you'll likely start noticing it's easier to get up from a chair, or climb stairs, or carry groceries. That's the real-life power of structured strength work. So stick with it. 3 short sessions a week is all it takes to build real, lasting leg strength. No gym, no fancy equipment, just commitment. Why this matters, my honest take. Now look, I get it. This whole routine might seem too simple at first glance. It's just squats, right? No gym machines, no jumping around, no complex exercises. But that's exactly what makes it so powerful, especially if you're over 50. Here's the truth. As we age, it's not about doing more, it's about doing better. What really matters isn't how flashy your workouts look. It's how they make you feel. And more importantly, how they support your ability to live life on your terms. We're talking about real strength here. The kind of strength that helps you get up off the floor without help, carry groceries without needing to take a break, walk up the stairs without grabbing the railing, keep your balance when the ground is uneven. This exercise, done properly, helps with all of that. I've seen far too many people in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s who slowly give up their independence without even realizing it. It starts small. You skip the stairs. You stop carrying heavy things. You sit more, move less. Before long, everyday tasks start feeling like challenges. That's where something like this comes in. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to have perfect knees. You just need to start. With consistency, intention, and a little patience. Even if you don't get that full 31% increase like the study participants did, what if you gain just 10% more strength in your legs over the next 8 weeks? That could be the difference between relying on a cane or walking with confidence. And personally, I think that's worth 15 minutes, 3 times a week. So yes, this might not be the sexiest workout out there. But if you ask me, it's one of the most functional, low-risk, and high-reward exercises you can do. Try it for yourself. Stick with it. And in a few weeks, when you realize your legs feel stronger, your balance feels better, and movement feels easier, you'll be glad you did.